Today I'm showing you the 3 most common fish destroying senior health, and the 5 replacements that lower your stroke and inflammation risk starting this week. Right now, there's a fish in most seniors' kitchens that raises inflammation more than bacon. Another one that can blow your entire weekly mercury safety limit in a single serving. And a third one, the most popular fish in America, that's been quietly accelerating memory loss and cardiovascular disease for decades. I'm going to name all 3. And then I'm going to give you the exact replacements. Here's what nobody's telling you. After 60, your liver and kidneys don't clear toxins the way they did at 40. Mercury, industrial pollutants, and inflammatory compounds accumulate faster and leave slower. That means a fish that's merely not ideal for a 35-year-old is genuinely dangerous for you. At the same time, your body is producing more inflammatory compounds with every passing year. The right fish fights that inflammation. The wrong fish pours fuel on it. Think of it this way. Every meal is either cooling the fire or feeding it. The 3 fish I'm about to show you, you may be eating them right now thinking you're doing something good for your heart. The science says otherwise. Let's get into it. Number 1. Start here, because this is the one you can fix tonight. Tuna is in millions of American kitchens. Tuna salad, canned tuna in pasta, tuna straight from the tin for a quick lunch. Convenient. Cheap. And for decades, marketed as heart-healthy. Here's the problem. Tuna, especially albacore, white tuna, and big eye, sits near the top of the ocean food chain. These fish live long lives and feed on smaller fish, absorbing mercury year after year. By the time that tuna reaches your plate, it carries years of concentrated contamination. And unlike many toxins that pass through your system, methylmercury builds up in your tissues, specifically in your brain and nervous system. A study published in JAMA Neurology found that seniors with higher mercury levels from regular tuna consumption had up to a 65% greater risk of cognitive decline compared to those who avoided it. Now here's what makes this worse for you specifically. 90% of seniors don't know that just 2 servings of albacore tuna per week can push mercury exposure beyond what's considered safe for adults over 60. Most people eating it daily believe they're making a smart choice. They're not. Even canned light tuna, skipjack, which carries lower mercury, still warrants strict moderation. Once a month maximum if you love it. Quickly, think about how many times you've eaten tuna this week. How many times this month? That number matters more than you think. The fix is simple. Same shelf. Same price range. Swap albacore for canned sardines in water or olive oil. I'll show you exactly why sardines are the upgrade in a moment. But first, number 2. This next one surprises most people. Swordfish has a reputation as premium seafood. You see it at nice restaurants, family celebrations, special occasions. Most people assume that the price tag means quality. The FDA disagrees. Swordfish sits on the FDA's explicit, avoid list for older adults. The same list as shark and certain industrial fish. Not eat less of. Not eat in moderation. Avoid. Here's why. Swordfish is a large predatory fish that accumulates methylmercury over its entire lifespan. By the time it reaches your plate, it has absorbed decades of concentrated contamination. Mercury attacks the nervous system and brain directly. In adults over 60, even moderate exposure is linked to accelerated memory loss, brain fog, tremors, and mood instability. But it doesn't stop at the brain. Mercury also disrupts the electrical signals in your heart, increasing oxidative stress and raising your risk of arrhythmia, heart attack, and stroke. The same meal you ordered at a restaurant to celebrate something good for your health may be quietly doing the opposite. Here's what I tell my own family. If you see swordfish on a menu, order the trout instead. I'll explain exactly why trout is the smarter swap at the end of this video. I had a patient, 68 years old, active, careful about what she ate. She was eating swordfish twice a month, thought it was a healthy treat. Her mercury levels came back elevated at her next physical. She had no idea. That kind of invisible damage is exactly what number 3 is about. I've never seen another channel talk about this one by name. Tilefish. You may not recognize it. And that unfamiliarity, that's the entire problem. Because while most seniors have learned to be cautious about swordfish and tuna, tilefish slips through undetected. It gets mislabeled in restaurants. It shows up in seafood platters under generic names. And it is almost never discussed in senior health conversations. Here's the part that changes everything. The FDA places Gulf of Mexico tilefish at the very top of its high-mercury warning list, alongside swordfish and shark. Its mercury concentration is among the highest of any commercially available fish. But unlike swordfish, which most people at least know to be cautious about, tilefish comes disguised as a mild, white, flaky fish. Looks like cod. Looks like pollock. Tastes like something completely safe. A single serving can push your mercury intake beyond the weekly safe limit in sitting. And a 2021 study in neurotoxicology and teratology found that methylmercury from high-mercury fish like tilefish was directly linked to reduced processing speed, impaired executive function, and measurable hippocampal volume loss in adults over 60, independent of every other dietary and lifestyle factor. Hippocampal volume loss. That's the part of your brain responsible for forming new memories. Shrinking, from a fish most people don't even know to avoid. If you are ever unsure what fish you're being served at a restaurant, ask by name. If the answer is tilefish from the Gulf of Mexico, decline it. That's not overcaution. That's protecting your brain. Pause here for a second. Before today, had you ever heard tilefish named as a high-mercury risk? Most seniors haven't. That's the point. Your doctor may have told you to eat more fish for your heart. Number 4 is the fish they probably didn't warn you about, and it may be doing more damage than any other food in your kitchen. If you only remember one thing from this video, make it this. Farmed tilapia is one of the most popular fish in America. It's widely available. It's labeled as lean, healthy protein on grocery store tags and nutrition seminar slides across the country. Studies have shown that farmed tilapia raises inflammatory markers in the body more than eating bacon or hamburgers. Let me say that again. More than bacon. More than a hamburger. Here's why. The ideal ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids in your body should be close to 1:1 or 2:1. In farmed tilapia, that ratio can reach 11:1. That extreme imbalance means every bite is adding fuel to the chronic inflammation that drives arthritis, cardiovascular disease, metabolic dysfunction, and cognitive decline in seniors. It gets worse. In most fish farms, tilapia are crowded into pens swimming in their own waste. To keep them alive, farmers use heavy antibiotics, pesticides, and antifungal agents. These chemicals don't disappear. They accumulate in the fish's flesh and end up in your body. For seniors whose livers and kidneys already process toxins more slowly, this is a compounding burden that worsens immune function and increases vulnerability to antibiotic-resistant infections. Lab tests have also detected dioxins in farmed tilapia, highly toxic industrial pollutants linked to cancer, immune suppression, and hormonal disruption. Here's the good news. Replacing farmed tilapia with wild-caught pollock or cod costs about the same. The taste is similar. The safety profile is completely different. This is the part that changes everything for most people watching this. Everything we've covered so far, the mercury, the inflammation, the hidden toxins, all of it builds the case for number 5. This is the protocol I personally put together for the seniors I care about most. And it starts tonight.